Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
This morning, heartbreak in the Kern River Valley.
20 years, we have 4 children, all of our pictures, our belongings, like everything is gone.
A fast-moving wildfire devours at least one home and prompts evacuations.
This fire's been unique.
We have team coverage for you this morning as the Stagecoach fire rages on. 17 News at Sunrise begins with breaking news. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. on this Tuesday, and we do begin with breaking news of the Stagecoach fire that continues to burn. Let's start with new video from overnight demonstrating the intensity of this blaze. Again, this is the Stagecoach fire. While you were sleeping, the fire exploded to more than 1,500 acres. That's nearly 2.5 square miles. Firefighters are trying to get the upper hand on this dangerous and ever-evolving situation, but as of now, Mother Nature is winning this battle. There is no containment this morning. Evacuation recommendations remain in effect for several areas. The fire is burning in our mountain region, cradled between Lake Isabella and Tehachapi. It is a rural area, but many people reside in the dense forest. And this morning, they're wondering if their homes still stand. We've been working all night for you, and this morning, we have team coverage. Our morning forecaster Kevin Charette told us yesterday that the conditions were going to be windy and dangerous. He's tracking the current wind gusts and has a look at what firefighters are facing right now. And later, 17's Taylor Schall will join us with the story of one woman who lost everything due to this unrelenting fire. But we begin with 17's Karen Waugh live for us this morning in the mountains near this fire. Good morning, Karen. What does it look like this morning?
Well, good morning. Good morning, Alex. Yeah, it was quite eerie to wake up to what looks like completely a ghost town right here. The earth is completely scorched around me, but as of just a few hours ago, around 2 a.m., this entire area was completely ablaze, bright orange flames everywhere. Kern County firefighters, helicopters, they've been here since yesterday afternoon battling these flames well into the night. Like you mentioned, the fire is still 1,500 acres burned and 0% contained as well. Kern County Fire, they tell me that what makes this fire so difficult to manage really is the fact that we are in the woods. We are surrounded by trees and brush everywhere. There would be one area where it would seem to die down just a little bit, but then embers would spark and grow and burn again, and then the flames would be 50 feet all over again. Now what we're seeing right now is just a little bit of an orange haze in the distance there. We can still see a few embers along that mountain skyline. We have heard that there are a few firefighters down the road, which we will be catching up to soon, and we'll bring you another live look coming up shortly. But for now, at the Stagecoach fire, I'm Karen Waugh. I'm gonna send it back to you.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. And the Red Cross has set up an evacuation center for several people living in the area, and it's in Tehachapi. The temporary shelter is located at the former Kmart parking lot located at 710 West Tehachapi Boulevard. Recommended evacuations are in place for the area west of Caliente Bodfish Road in the community of Paiute Meadows and the area north of Walker Basin Road and east of Caliente Bodfish Road. Precautionary evacuations are in place for the area off of Indian Oaks Road, east of Caliente Bodfish Road. Again, the temporary evacuation point is in Tehachapi in the former Kmart parking lot. And it has been a very busy night for our county firefighters. In addition to the Stagecoach fires, the department has also responded to 2 major house fires, one in California City and the other in Taft. The Red Cross says they have set up evacuation centers in both cities. These are not related to the Stagecoach fire. All right, and tracking it all is Kevin Charette. He again told us yesterday that the mountain areas were going to see very windy conditions, and sure enough, that's what's fanning these flames.
Well, the good news out of all of this is the wind should die down a little bit as we go throughout the afternoon. But last night, yes, conditions were not the best for firefighting efforts because of those strong winds. Let's talk about the Stagecoach fire right now. It is fire season 2020, and this is our first major wildfire of the season that we're going to be talking about. This was about 30 minutes ago. This is a SoCal Edison camera showing you the Breckenridge area and where this fire is burning. You can see that orangish glow. This is their night vision that you're seeing. Now let's talk about the weather. This is a very hard area to forecast because of its location, but you can see our winds right now are kind of sporadic from Breckenridge through Rankin Ranch. A lot of people wonder where this fire is. Well, it's burning between Havilah, Rankin Ranch, and then to the west is Breckenridge Mountain. So that's the yellow indicating that wind flow from west to east right now. So this is definitely going to be a day we'll have to watch those winds, and that will determine kind of the direction of the fire. Let's take a look at our forecast today in this area. We're looking at sunny and warm conditions. Temperatures will be right near 85 degrees, a relative humidity between 20 and 30%, and we're also going to be looking at some peak winds out of the west, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's a little lighter than probably what we were seeing yesterday afternoon. We'll continue to track the weather on this area and bring you the very latest, but for now, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. This morning, a local family is homeless after the Stagecoach fire consumed their home yesterday. They say 20 years of memories went up in smoke in a matter of minutes. 17's Taylor Schaub spoke with the family late last night after they found a place to sleep, and he joins us now with the story. Good morning, Taylor.
Well, good morning, Alex. And the ferocity of the Stagecoach fire caught one local family by surprise. It plowed right through their home. I mean, you can take a look behind me. It destroyed nearly everything. And now, as the fire smolders on their property, they have the difficult task of picking up the pieces.
Everything is gone.
For Wendy Krause-Smith and her husband Kevin, a lifetime of memories has turned to ashes.
I just can't believe how quickly that something can be so perfect and then gone.
The couple moved to the mountain community of Havilah 20 years ago, hoping to give their 4 boys the life they never had.
20 years we've worked so hard. Sometimes we've worked like 21 days straight without a day off so we could have that lifestyle, so we could have that ranch and raise our children in this beautiful place.
That dream quickly died as their home served as the first victim to the uncontrollable flames of the Stagecoach fire. Their children barely escaping as she vividly recalls the moment she decided to go back and save her 3 puppies.
There was nothing that was going to stop me from getting to that home because I knew if anything's alive there, I'm getting it because it's my family.
After the wall of flames moved through, they returned to heartbreak. One of their furry family members didn't make it out alive, along with all their possessions.
My wedding photographs and all the children's pictures and all these trinkets and memories, and they're all just gone. They're all just gone. What do? You have to just find it in your heart to just look at the kids and say, this is enough.
Now they begin a grueling journey of the unknown, sitting in a hotel, trying to figure out what's next.
I don't know where to go from here right now. You know, my faith is strong, but this was a big one to take on.
Well, Alex, there's a silver lining to all of this. The family says they've received numerous offers for places to stay as they plan to rebuild. In studio, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
Welcome back now to the latest on the coronavirus crisis here in Kern County. Our public health department confirmed another 106 cases yesterday. That brings our total to more than 20,000. Our death toll still stands at 144 people. 58 people died last month alone. Hospitalizations continue to climb as well. 260 people are in the hospital right now. That's 2 more than on Sunday. Roughly 3/4 of Kern's cases are considered active at this time. More than 14,000 people are recovering at home. The number of known COVID-19 cases in the U.S. doubles roughly every 2 months. That's according to Johns Hopkins University data. This as the country gets closer to flu season. John Lawrence has more.
The World Health Organization says COVID-19's grip on the world isn't easing.
It will be felt for decades to come.
Officials say in addition to health, there are also social, economic, and political concerns about the impact of the virus. Speaking of politics, President Trump says he doesn't trust the U.S. Postal Service with mail-in ballots this November.
great workers and everything, but they have old equipment, very old equipment. And I don't think the post office is prepared for a thing like this.
The pandemic has some voters leery of being in crowded areas on Election Day, and the post office disputes the president's claim, saying it has ways to help educate the public on what to expect. Speaking of education, some students are back in the classroom despite the coronavirus.
We want to send kids back to school, but we're in the middle of a pandemic that's getting worse, and we're not doing anything to stop it. So this is just going to add fuel to the fire.
Health officials say mask wearing, hand washing, and maintaining distance will help battle the virus.
Forget what your leaders are telling you. Forget what anybody else is telling you. Just the people rise up, do this, rise to this occasion, do this for 3 weeks, and we'll be looking at the backside of this curve. How hard is that?
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
As we mentioned, this fire has been erratic, and at least one home has been destroyed by the flames. 17's Taylor Schaub spoke with the family late last night after they found a place to sleep. He joins us now with the story. Taylor?
Well, that's right, Alex. The ferocity of the Stagecoach fire caught the Smiths by surprise. It plowed right through their home, destroying almost everything in its path.
20 years, we have 4 children, all of our pictures, our belongings, like everything is gone.
The Smith family was able to get everyone out safely, Alex, but along with their 2 dogs, but sadly one of their dogs perished in the fire. The flames moved so quickly, fanned by the wind, that the family was unable to save anything. The one silver lining, however, the family says they've received tremendous support and have a lot of offers on places to stay as they plan to rebuild. In studio, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
Taylor, thank you. Now, this fire happens to rage on as county supervisors prepare to discuss the county's proposed $3 billion budget. That budget comes with cuts across the board, but when it comes to public safety, including the sheriff's office, that area is mostly spared. County staff anticipates key revenue sources like hotel and sales taxes. It will be way down this year and will not help that Kern is dead last in property tax growth statewide. All of it leading to a reduction of $56.5 million in money to operate the county government. This means most county departments will see a 7.5% cut from the general fund. Last night was for public comment, and later tonight the board will begin their own discussions. The official vote on the budget will not take place until late this month.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.